What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table, we have some Keyforge Age of Ascension Sealed Survival Finals match from Origins Game Fair 2019. I am back from Origins. I have a bunch of footage. This is the first of it. On the left, we have Chad. On the right, we have Josh. We got Josh going first here, throwing down a Merkins. He gets a Grey Rider off the top of his opponent's deck, which allows him to ready and fight with a neighboring creature, which will obviously ready Merkins. And then he will just use him to reap since he can't fight. There is no target across the board. So Origins was awesome. Tons of side events all the way from Wednesday to Sunday. They were doing sealed pods, Archon pods, sealed survival tournaments, Archon survival tournaments. They had a vault tour going on there. Tons of Keyforge in the tournament area. All day, packed every day. Lots of players. The people at Cascade are awesome. Things were going. It was awesome. So we got a poke there, getting an amber, dealing a damage to the Grey Rider. We got Titan, Librarian there, not on a flank, or is on a flank, sorry. He needs to not be on a flank to do his ability, so we don't worry about him right now. Igor came in there and let Chad draw the top 3 cards off his deck, discard 2 and take 1. And we see Josh going over here with a Sucker Punch. Gets him an amber. It's an alpha. He dealt 2 damage to Igor, killed him, and he gets to archive it from destroying the creature. We see a reap there from Merkins, and he also played Furtive Investors just for the amber. Since his opponent doesn't have any Keyforge, doesn't matter. So Josh on a big start here. He's got a couple creatures on the board. 4 amber. Chad on the left just has 1 amber right now. And the lonely Titan Librarian. And we see a Harder They Come, which just gets discarded. And we see Barrister Joya coming into play. She says her opponents can't reap. So no reaping happening while she's on the board. So the Seal Survival, you get a little background on this. You get 3 decks and a piece of paper with all 3 names on them. Somebody opens them, writes the names down, and then you pick which deck is number 1 for you, which one's number 2, and which one's number 3. Your choice, and then you start the tournament playing with number 1. If you lose a game with that first deck, it's eliminated from the tournament, and you have to play with deck number 2. And if you have all 3 decks eliminated, you're out of the tournament. It's only a 4-round Swiss tournament. So, of course, after the 3rd round, there are some people who lost all 3 games, 1 with each deck, and are out of the tournament. This is the 4th round, the finals. Both of these guys, I'm not sure if this is their first or second decks or whatnot, but they are here, both undefeated at this point, winning 3 games. Or, sorry, not undefeated, but they're the top tables. I know Josh, I'm pretty sure, was undefeated at this point, and I think Chad was also. So was I, actually. I was on the next table. I was paired down for this last round. But spoiler, there were 3-0 at this point. I am confused. Sorry, a little tired from Origins. So we got a Grunt Buggy out there, raising the cost of Chad's keys on the right by, it looks like, 3 creatures that are 5 power or higher. And on the other side, they're all 2s, so Chad on the left's keys are normal cost. We see a Drummer Knot there, and Lollop the Titanic. Got Pip Hip on the other side, saying if Chad's creatures reap, they get stunned. Got a Dust Imp coming down when he's destroyed to gain that 2 amber. And we got a Schuler coming in, stealing 1 since Chad is at 4 amber there. So they're at 4 on the left there, or 3 amber I think on the left there looks like, and now 5 on the right. And it sounds like Chad's going with the Logos turn here. And we got another poke here, so he's going to get another amber. And he's going to finish off the Grey Rider, so he hits him, and then he gets to draw a card off that. Since the damage did destroy the creature, which happens to be his own creature that was played off the deck for Merkins. Tight Mechanic on the left flank there. But then a Replicator there blocking the Tight Mechanic, so keys are not reduced for both players right now. And we have a Research Smoko thrown out there and Rocket Boots thrown on the Titan Librarian. And he's going to do a 2 reap off the Titan Librarian using the Rocket Boots. And yeah, not a check yet because the Grunt Buggy and the Schuler across the board are increasing the key cost to 7 right now for Chad on the left. And it looks like Josh is going to Shadow's turn. He gets Sucker Punch again. And he does 2 damage on the Replicator, which sends Sucker Punch back to the archive. So yeah, one of these winners will go 4-0. So they're both 3-0 at this point. I thought there were only 2 3-0, so I actually sat down with Chad and we were about to start playing, and then Josh came walking over and told us he was also 3-0, so there were 3 3-0s at this point. And I did end up winning my game, so I went 4-0, and then one of these guys here will win this game, and that's 2 4-0s, and that earned us both 43 Amber Shards each in the digital Keyforge app that we could use towards prizing off the prize wall. So that was pretty cool. I believe you got 3 amber shards for just playing in the sealed survival, and then you would get 5 if you had 1 win. You'd get 10 if you had 2 wins, 20 if you had 3 wins, and 40 amber shards if you had 4 wins, and that was plus the 3 for entering. So that's why we ended up with 43. So if you only had 3 wins, you would only walked away with 23 amber. So it was a big deal to win that last round. So on the other side, we got Lollip. He's now smashing into Schuler to get rid of him since he was increasing the key cost. We see Little Niff, Ronnie Wristlocks, and Knuckles Bolton there on the right. Little Niff allowing his neighbors, when they fight, you allow him to steal one. Ronnie Wristlocks came in there, stole one. And Knuckles Bolton has Skirmish and Elusive. So we got another Lollip, the Titanic. Now it looks like he's debating what he wants to do with his drum or not. So yeah, I just want to say thanks to everyone who came up and said hi at Origins. It was great meeting all the Keyforge players and the people who watch the videos and the fans of the channel, and got some new fans of the channel. Saw me there filming games, and definitely subscribe to watch later. So we got Drummernaut coming in to return the Drummernaut, then another Drummernaut coming out into play. And he's going to make Lollip go back to hand and then come back into play. So they basically all shake off their damage. And it looks like Pip was a casualty there of a fight. And now we see a Gauntlet of Command there down in the artifact row for Chad on the left there. So Grunt Buggy increasing Josh on the right's key cost by 5, so he needs 11 to forge right now. Does he have a board wipe? Does he have a way to get these guys off the board? Does he have some artifact control? Would be nice. That would deal with that problem. But things aren't looking good for Josh here. So Professor Sutterkin coming in. He's the great draw engine. We see a lab work played there, gaining an amber. Archiving a card, throwing another card in there with his Sucker Punch. And that's it for that turn. So no real big turns here from Josh right now. Brammo coming into play, dealing 2 damage to each flank creature, killing Sutterkin and the Dust Imp, but gaining 2 amber for Josh.
Let's Lollip to remove Elusive on Little Niff.
So Lollip fighting Little Niff. Elusive, obviously nothing happens, and Drummernaut coming in, doing the finishing blow. And that's going to return Brammo back to hand. Brammo coming in. Since he's a giant, Drummernaut's allowed to throw him back, and then 2 damage to the flank creatures. Oh, this is gross. 2 Drummernauts and Brammo. That's dirty. And he's going to reap with the other Drummernaut, returning Brammo back, and coming in and cleaning the board on the other side, just like that. Saw so many cool Brobnar combos like this, where, you know, things would go together and just wipe the opponent's board. So, spoiler alert, Brobnar is great at fighting in Age of Ascension and cleaning up the board. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought the fighting faction could do such a thing?
And then I'll do this, I'll drop, and I'll archive at the end of my turn.
So, you got some more amber there from reaping, since there's no opponents to fight, so we use the gauntlet to ready up and do some reaps.
My amber, I am at 8.
So, 8 amber on Chad's side sounds like there. So, he's definitely in check. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus on the key cost due to Grump Buggy. So he needs 12 to forge. It looks like Josh on the right there is only at 11. No, 10. 10, I think. Just a couple shy. Neither player has a key forged yet. Pretty sure. I don't know what that token is there in front of Chad down by his artifacts. Floating there. Looks like 1 damage, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think he's using that for keys because we see his metal keys there at the top of the screen. But I don't think he's forged yet, so I think he's just shoved that 6 there to show that he's could forge next turn. He's got 2 extra, but he took it off his identity card, but I don't think it's from forging yet. But we'll find out shortly, I'm sure. All right, we got Yerk coming in. That's forcing a discard. He discards the ZYX researcher or XYZ researcher, whatever, however those letters go. But he's the researcher. And we got Skulkion or Skullion, however you say that, coming in and sacrificing a creature. Exhume being played to bring back Schuler to do a steal.
Because that puts me too much.
And that's +2 now from the Grunt Buggy. Josh is now forced the key cost on Chad on the left, so he's doing the battle of big dudes. And another Bramble coming in. 2 damage to each flank creature. Enemy flank creature, sorry.
Oh, yeah, so I will reap.
And we got a Reap off the Drummer Knot. Here we go. Here goes the shenanigans. Bramble back to hand, coming back in.
2 plays of Bramble.
Not sure what flank he's actually on being down there, but... Oh, I see. He's marking the uses of Bramble. I get it. That's what he's using those tokens for, to track the activations.
Play of Bramble.
So now he Reaps, does another Bramble from the other Anger Chieftain. Or the other, sorry, Drummer Knot. And does another 2 damage. He kills Schuler.
Then I will.
And it looks like 4 damage on Scullion right now.
Let's see. Oh, no. I will. Yeah, I have to fight if I do that. Lollop will take him out.
So Lollop does the fight there to finish off Scullion. Takes 7 damage back. But I'm assuming he's just using a Gauntlet to ready up a Drummer Knot and send him back to hand.
Reaps.
Does a couple Reaps there with Lollop and Brammo, who are the ones that are readied on the top line there.
Reap. Gauntlet command. Ready's Drummer Knot.
And Gauntlet of Command, yep, ready the Drummer Knot,
He's gonna
who will Reap and send Lollop back to hand and then put him back into play.
This will, and by order of flanking, this will go like that.
So I think that second row there where the Lollop is his right flank. He's just continuing down the end of his line there. So yes, I will have more Vault Tour, or sorry, I'll have more videos coming from this trip to Origins from the Vault Tour. I filmed on day 1B, a couple matches every round, assuming the footage is good. I will be posting those, and I got the day 2 cut. I filmed a bunch of games that were not on stream. I also got the finals, which I'll do some commentary on at some point. But yeah, stick around the channel. Lots of Keyforge videos coming up, so make sure you subscribe. Hit that alarm bell button to be notified when those videos go live.
I mean, I know when you do it.
So Chad got a key, or sorry, Josh got a key. Flipped over a key there. I guess that the blue Team Covenant token there is signifying. Unlocked gateway. There's the board wipe we've been looking for. And it's Omega, so it does end the turn.
Hoping it wasn't there.
And there we go. Key cost is back to normal for everybody since there's no creatures of 5 or higher on the board.
I'll take my archives.
But we do see a key forged there by Chad on the left, flipped to the very top of the screen. And it looks like he still has 6 amber remaining.
I'll drop.
So Josh is still behind. Let me see that Sanctum creature that does the capture for 2. Let's see his name here. I have the deck list. You guys can check the deck list actually in the description below. I will put them there. Both players did scan in the decks for me and let me take the names. So if you guys want to see what's in these decks, you can bring those up on screen just by going down in the description. We see a Grey Rider there, the Armor Smith. It's Borden the Redeemed as the 3-power human thief creature out of Sanctum I was talking about there with elusive and the action of capture 2. And we know the Armor Smith, he's the one giving +1 armor to all other creatures. And we know the Grey Rider coming into play. And you may ready and fight with a neighboring creature. And you can also do that on the Reap or the Fight. So Exhume being played here, gain an amber for him, and allows him to play Ronnie Risklocks like he was in the active faction, and allows him to steal. I think he got 2 there since he was at 7 or more. And he's going to do another Exhume, bring Schuler in, so he's sitting on 3 Exhumes in the deck. I think he just said. Let me double check the deck list here actually. Yeah, 3 Exhumes. That is gross. That is an amazing card. And I think Josh there picked a great deck. So Josh on the right now sitting at 5 amber. I think they're both at 5 amber actually. And each have 1 key forged. Another Gauntlet of Command put down there by Chad. So Grey Rider fights into Schuler.
I can ready and fight with a neighboring
He
creature.
cannot. He dies. Fight only triggers when it survives.
So it looks like Chad was trying to trigger the fight effect off the Grey Rider, but that doesn't happen since he died. He's no longer going to play after the fight to do it. So he throws down a 7-cost Brobnar creature there, and he's playing Champion's Challenge, which blows them all away, except for the 2 biggest creatures. Then they'll fight, which that 7-cost, or 7-power creature, sorry, will fight the Schuler and kill him on the other side. I'm just trying to figure out who that is. Bellowing Patrizate is a giant creature. While he is ready, each creature takes 1 damage after it enters play. And then we have a...
I gotta make sure I draw first. So he's in my discard pile. I'll just make sure I draw up though.
He's still alive.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
No, he's dead.
Yeah, I'm saying on my turn. Yeah.
So it looks like Chad's still figuring out his shuffling here, trying to draw the rest of his cards from the previous turn. Josh names Shadows, pulls his archives, plays Sucker Punch to do the last 2 damage there to the Bellowing Patrizate and finish him off. And then, of course, Sucker Punch going back to the archives since it did finish off a creature. And Yahtzee Gang coming in. They have that action. Steal 1, 5 power creatures, which work great against Grunt Buggy, increasing the key cost. And it looks like a Subtle Maul, which lets him discard a card from his opponent's hand as an action, and Long Fuse Mines, which gain him an Amber from playing, and then he can pop it, I believe, as an Omni. And it is a rare. Yeah, pop as an Omni, sacrifice Long Fuse Mines, deal 3 damage to each enemy creature not on a flank. See, harder they come, purging the Yahtzee Gang there. And we see Helper Bot allowing him to play that out of faction card. And then we got the Researcher. Yeah, let's check what that Researcher does. He's play, archive, the top card of your deck or the top card of your discard pile. And we see Binate Rupture just being discarded. He doesn't want to double each player's Amber cost, right, or Amber pool right now. And we see Sloppy Lab Work being played there. So over to Josh on the right for his turn. Looks like Chad is sitting at 6, which is in check right now, I believe. And we got the Swindle played, which is just the only card he's going to play this turn, Steal 3. And it looks like they're both sitting at... Oh, no, actually, Josh is at 4. Looks like Chad's at 3. It's kind of hard to tell with Chad's yellow gems there, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 Amber. Discard on the Spirit's Way. Playing Barrister Joya. No reaping happening. And then we got the Grey Rider coming in, letting Barrister Joya to ready up, and no one to fight, so she'll just reap. And we got a Shield of Justice played just to gain an Amber. No fighting is going to happen there, so the damage protection doesn't really matter. So pretty close, great back and forth game here. 1 key apiece. They keep dancing around enough Amber to forge a second key, but then gets pulled away. Good control happening. Some good Grunt Buggy back and forth. So we got Igor coming in on the other side now, allowing him to draw 3 cards, put 1 in hand, and discard the other 2. So Brain Eater and Lash of Dreams were the discards. Let's see what he drew. He's actually he took Poke there to get the Helper Bot off the board, and that allows him to draw another card. Gains an Amber from playing that.
That seems real relevant. Standardized testing.
And he plays Standardized Testing, which is going to destroy the highest cost and lowest cost creatures. Or highest power creatures, sorry, and the lowest power creatures, which cleared the board.
Cutthroat Research for the Amber.
And he's just going to play Cutthroat Research. Gain 1 Amber, no steal since the opponent's not at 8 or more Amber. And we got Neutron Shark coming into play. He's going to destroy Long Fuse Mines to destroy Grunt Buggy. Discards the Dust Imp, not a Logos card, so he's going to pick Neutron Shark and one of the Gauntlet of Commands and finish off the effect there. Wow. That was a great turn there for Josh. Some nice draws there. Sounded like some top deck plays off the extra draw from Logos there. Just making crazy things happen. And we got a Brammo coming into play on the other side. Champion's Challenge. Now looks like he's drawn in back into some additional cards since he just shuffled his deck. So we're seeing some of the same creatures come back after that wipe. And we see Bellowing Patrizate is back. And it looks like he just got a reap off there. He's in check.
Oh, Grumpy's gone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it looks like that's it.
We landed for some.
That's it. I guess there was an extra Keyforge there. I didn't realize. I had the second key on the right, but the third key was done there because no grunt buggy was in play. It was removed, so that allowed Josh to close it off and get his final key. Great time in the Sealed Survival. You guys should check it out next time you're at a convention and Cascades there running tournaments. Check out the Sealed Survival. So much fun. Anyways, tons more videos coming up. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.